Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ian Struker with the Remax Golfi team, and today we're diving into a fascinating chapter of Canadian history, the munition industry during World War I. This was a time when Canada's factories roared to life, producing millions of shells for the Allied forces. But beyond the economic boom, there's a real estate story, how communities sprang up to house the workers fueling this war effort. Let's explore how Canada became an industrial machine and how housing shaped the lives of these workers. Hit that subscribe button and let's get started. World War I from 1914 to 1918 was a war of attrition, and ammunition was the lifeblood of the fight. Canada, as part of the British Empire, stepped up in a big way. Before the war, our industry base was modest, focused on agriculture and basic manufacturing. But by 1915, the demand for shells was insatiable, and Canada's economy transformed almost overnight. Let's look at some specific factories. The Dominion Arsenal in Quebec City was one of Canada's oldest munition plants, ramped up to produce over 1.5 million shells by 1918. In Ontario, the British American Explosives Plant in Parry Sound employed thousands and specialized in high explosive shells. For every dollar spent on munitions, local economies grew, with workers' wages fueling businesses in nearby towns. This boom wasn't without its challenges. Factories worked around the clock, and safety was a constant issue. Workers handled dangerous chemicals like TNT, which turned their skin yellow, earning them the nickname canneries. Over 200 women died from accidents or poisoning. Despite the risk, the economic output was staggering, helping Canada emerge as a key industrial player by war's end. Now let's talk real estate. With thousands of workers flooding into cities like Toronto, Montreal, and smaller towns near munitions plants, housing became a critical need. Many workers were women or men from rural areas, relocating for jobs. Where were they going to live? The answer was a mix of government initiatives and private enterprise. In Canada, the government recognized the poor housing could hurt production. If workers didn't have a decent place to live, morale and output suffered. So, in places like Hamilton and Montreal, temporary housing projects popped up near factories. And they weren't just shacks. Many were well-built row houses or dormitories designed to last. For example, near the Dominion Arsenal in Quebec, entire neighborhoods were constructed, some which still stand today. The Canadian government didn't stop at housing. They also supported daycare facilities for working mothers, a revolutionary move at the time. Private landlords and companies got involved too, building boarding houses and apartments. In towns like Welland, near explosives plants, real estate boomed as developers rushed to meet demand. These communities laid the foundation for modern suburbs in some of these areas. These wartime housing projects weren't just about shelter. They shaped urban planning. The need for quick, affordable housing near factories introduced ideas like standardized homes designs and community layouts, which we still see in subdivisions today. Plus, the influx of workers drove up property values, creating a mini real estate boom in some areas. This munitions boom of World War I didn't just win battles, it reshaped Canada's economy and cities. By 1918, Canada's industrial capacity had grown exponentially, setting the stage for the economic growth of the 1920s. Those wartime neighborhoods, many became permanent, with families putting down roots. Some factories, like the Dominion Arsenal, continued operating into World War II and beyond. The story of World War I munitions is about more than shells and factories. It's about people, workers who risked their lives, families who built new communities, and a nation that rose to the challenge. That spirit of adaptability is what drives Canada's real estate market today. And it's why I'm passionate about helping people find their place in this story. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Canada's World War I munitions industry and its real estate legacy. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give a like, share the video, and subscribe for more stories about Canada's history, economics, and real estate. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Hamilton, Ontario, reach out to the Remax Golfi team. We'd love to help you find your dream home. Until next time, I'm Ian Struker, and I'll see you in the next video.